The Quiet Before the Storm, 770 words. The year is 2387, and humanity has spread across 12 colony worlds beyond Earth. The colonies are peaceful farming and mining settlements, filled with families who left Earth generations ago, seeking new lives among the stars. Main characters: Captain James Cole, military. Commander of the Outer Colony Defense Fleet Dr. Lisa Park, colonial administrator and former Earth scientist Tom Baker, young colonist and communications officer. General Marcus Stone, Earth's military leader, appears later. The story opens on Haven Colony, a peaceful agricultural world where children play in golden wheat fields under twin suns. The colonists have built a simple but happy life, far from Earth's crowded cities. They trade with other colonies and maintain basic defenses against space pirates, but nothing more. Tom Baker sits in the colony's communication center, handling routine traffic between ships and settlements. The biggest excitement in months was when a cargo ship brought fresh coffee from Earth. Life is quiet, predictable, and safe. Dr. Park reviews the colony's growth reports. The population has reached 50,000 people across 3 continents. Crops are thriving, the weather control systems work perfectly, and the children born here know this world is home. Most have never seen Earth. Captain Cole patrols the outer system with a small fleet of 6 patrol ships. They are lightly armed vessels designed for police work, not war. The biggest threat they face is smugglers trying to avoid trade taxes. His crews are well trained, but have never fought in a real battle. The colonies maintain regular contact with Earth, but the home world feels distant and almost mythical to many colonists. Earth's government provides basic support, but mostly leaves the colonies to govern themselves. The colonies send resources back to Earth and receive manufactured goods and technology in return. Then the attacks begin. It starts with New Detroit colony going silent during a routine morning check-in. Tom tries to raise them on the comm system, but gets only static. At first, everyone assumes it's a technical problem. Equipment fails sometimes in space. But then Riverside Colony stops responding too. Then Iron Mountain. Within 6 hours, 3 entire colonies have vanished from the communication network. Captain Cole takes his fleet to investigate New Detroit, the closest colony. What they find changes everything. The colony is gone, not just destroyed, but completely erased. Where 30,000 people once lived, there are only glass craters and twisted metal. The weapons that did this were beyond anything humans have ever seen. The colonists who witnessed the destruction are horrified. These were not random attacks by pirates or accidents. Someone or something had deliberately murdered entire human settlements. With advanced technology. As Cole's fleet retreats to warn the other colonies, they detect massive ships on the edge of the system. The vessels are enormous, easily 10 times larger than Earth's biggest warships. They are sleek, dark, and clearly built for war. The alien ships don't try to communicate. They simply open fire. Cole's small fleet fights desperately, but is completely outmatched. The alien weapons slice through their ships like paper. Only Cole's ship escapes, badly damaged and limping back to Haven Colony. The aliens call themselves the Helix Empire. They are a proud warrior race that has conquered dozens of worlds. To them, humans are weak creatures who have spread too far from their home. The colonies are rich with resources the Helix need, and they see no reason to share space with inferior beings. Commander Rex leads the Helix fleet. He views the attack on human colonies as a simple cleaning operation. Humans have no serious military force, no advanced weapons, and no will to fight. The colonies will fall quickly, and then the Helix will turn their attention to Earth itself. By the end of Part 1, 5 colonies have been destroyed. The surviving colonists are in panic. They send desperate messages to Earth, begging for help. But Earth is 40 light years away, and no one knows if help will come in time. Dr. Park organizes the evacuation of non-essential personnel while Tom works around the clock to coordinate with the remaining colonies. They have perhaps days before the Helix fleet arrives at Haven Colony. Captain Cole prepares his remaining ships for a final stand, knowing they cannot win. The colonists face a terrible choice: flee deeper into space and abandon their homes, or stay and fight against impossible odds. As the part ends, long-range sensors detect the Helix fleet approaching. The colonists don't know that their distress signals have reached Earth, or that something ancient and powerful is about to awaken. In response to the threat against humanity's children, the quiet life among the stars is over. The real story is about to begin. The distress signals from the outer colonies travel through space for weeks before reaching Earth. When they finally arrive at the Sol system, they trigger alerts across every military base and government facility. On the planet, Admiral Kate Ross sits in the Global Defense Command Center, deep beneath the Swiss Alps. She watches the colony distress signals with growing horror. The messages are fragmented and desperate. Entire worlds going dark, alien ships with impossible weapons, millions of humans dead or missing. The Earth government has grown soft over the centuries, with the colonies handling resource gathering, and Earth focused on research and culture. There hasn't been a real war in over 200 years. The military exists mainly for show and to handle small conflicts. President David Chun calls an emergency session of the World Council. Leaders from every nation gather in the orbital station above Earth. The debate is intense and chaotic. Some want to negotiate with the aliens. Others suggest abandoning the colonies and focusing on Earth's defense. But Admiral Ross knows something the politicians don't. Deep in the mountains of Colorado, beneath layers of rock and classified security, lies Project Titan. It's been dormant for 150 years. Built during humanity's last major war, and then hidden away when peace came. Dr. Alan Kim runs the Titan facility. He's one of only 12 people on Earth who knows what's really stored in the underground complex. The technology was deemed too dangerous for regular use, too powerful for a peaceful civilization. The Titan project contains humanity's true military capability. During the resource wars of the 23rd century, human scientists pushed the boundaries of physics and engineering. They created weapons that could crack planets, ships that could travel faster than light, and defensive systems that could protect entire star systems. When the wars ended, the world leaders decided to hide this technology. They feared what humanity might do with such power. Better to let the galaxy think humans were peaceful farmers and traders than reveal their true capabilities. But now, with the colonies under attack, Admiral Ross makes a decision that will change everything. She activates the Titan protocols. Deep in the Colorado facility, massive machines that have slept for decades begin to wake up. Fusion reactors that could power entire cities come online. Construction bays that once built dreadnought fleets start. They're automated systems. The Cerberus fleet begins to take shape. These are not the small patrol boats that defended the colonies. These are warships built for total war, each one capable of destroying entire fleets. They use technology that bends space and time, weapons that can reach across star systems, and shields that can absorb the energy of a sun. Captain Mike Torres receives new orders that confuse him. He's been commanding a supply ship running between Earth and the inner colonies. Now he's told to report to a facility that doesn't exist on any public map. When Torres arrives at the Titan base, he can't believe what he sees. The underground complex is larger than most cities. Thousands of workers move through corridors that stretch for miles. The air thrums with power from reactors that shouldn't be possible. Dr. Kim briefs Torres and the other selected captains. They are not just getting new ships. They are getting vessels that represent humanity's true technological achievement. Each ship in the Cerberus fleet is more advanced than anything the colonies have ever seen. The HSS Prometheus is Tory's new command. It's a heavy cruiser that can punch through dimensions to travel faster than light. Its main gun can destroy moons. Its defensive systems can protect entire planets. And it's just one ship in a fleet of 50, but the fleet needs time to prepare. The ships have been in storage for decades. Crews need training on systems that were classified before they were born. Weapons need calibration. Supply lines need establishment. Admiral Ross knows they are racing against time. The alien fleet is moving through the colonies, destroying everything in its path. Each day brings them closer to Earth itself. Meanwhile, the surviving colonists continue their desperate fight. Captain Cole at Haven Colony has organized the remaining colonial ships into a resistance force. They can't win, but they can buy time and gather intelligence about the alien technology. Dr. Park has been studying the alien attacks, trying to understand their tactics and weaknesses. She discovers that the Helix Empire believes humans are primitive beings with no advanced technology. They are taking their time, enjoying their conquest, confident that no help will come. The Helix don't know that their attacks have awakened something that has been sleeping for 150 years. They don't know that Earth's peaceful appearance hides the most advanced military technology in the galaxy. As Part 2 ends, the first ships of the Cerberus fleet are ready to launch. The journey to the outer colonies will take weeks, even with their advanced drives. The question is whether any humans will still be alive when they arrive. Earth's hidden. Power is awakening, and the galaxy is about to learn what humans are truly capable of when their families are threatened. Asterisk, the Cerberus fleet emerges from hyperspace at the edge of the Kepler system, where Haven Colony makes its last stand. Captain Torres stares at the tactical display aboard the HSS Prometheus and feels his blood run cold. 8 colonies are now completely dark. Haven Colony and 2 others are still fighting, but barely. The Helix Empire has brought a massive fleet. Over 200 ships surrounding the human settlements, like wolves circling wounded prey. Commander Rex stands on the bridge of his flagship, the Void Hammer. The ship is 2 kilometers long, bristling with weapons that have destroyed civilizations. Rex watches the final human ships with amusement. They are so primitive, so weak. Their weapons barely scratch Helix shields. The human colonists have been fighting for 3 weeks. Captain Cole has lost half his ships and most of his crew. The surviving vessels are running on backup power, their hulls cracked and bleeding. Atmosphere. But they refuse to surrender. Dr. Park has evacuated most of the civilian population to underground shelters, but she knows the Helix will find them eventually. The alien ground forces are already landing, burning through the colony's defenses with energy weapons that turn steel into vapor. Then the scanners detect something impossible. 50 ships appear on the edge of the system, but they're not showing up on conventional sensors. The Helix fleet's instruments are confused, detecting massive energy signatures that don't match any known technology. Torres gives the order that will change everything. All ships, weapons free. Show them what Earth really built. The HSS Prometheus unleashes its main gun. The quantum lance reaches across space at the speed of light, but it doesn't just fire energy. It fires compressed space-time itself. The beam hits the nearest Helix cruiser and doesn't just destroy it. The ship ceases to exist, erased from reality so completely that the universe forgets it was ever there. Commander Rex watches his screen in shock. One moment he had a cruiser with 5,000 crew members. The next moment, there's empty space where it used to be. His sensors can't even detect debris. The Cerberus fleet spreads out in attack formation. Each ship is a masterpiece of human engineering, built with technology that pushes the laws of physics to their limits. The HSS Titan phases through dimensions, peering inside the helix formation before anyone can react. The HSS Nemesis creates gravity wells that crush enemy ships like tin cans, but the most terrifying weapon is the HSS Reaper. It doesn't fire conventional weapons at all. Instead, it releases clouds of microscopic machines that eat through enemy hulls at the molecular level. Helix ships simply dissolve, their crews screaming as their vessels turn to dust around them. The Helix Empire has ruled the galaxy for 500 years. They have conquered hundreds of worlds, defeated dozens of species, and never faced a serious challenge. Their technology is advanced, their warriors are fierce, and their ships are massive. But they have never fought humans who are serious about war. The battle is not even close. As Cerberus' fleet moves through the Helix formation like sharks through a school of fish. Helix weapons that can destroy planets bounce harmlessly off human shields. Helix ships that have never been damaged simply vaporize when hit by human weapons. Commander Rex tries to retreat, but the human ships are faster than anything he's ever seen. They don't just move through space. They bend space around them, appearing anywhere they want instantly. In 15 minutes, the battle is over. Of the 200 Helix ships, only a handful escape. The rest are destroyed, dissolved, or simply erased from existence. The Helix Empire has suffered its first major defeat in centuries. Captain Cole watches from his damaged ship as the human fleet approaches. He's never seen vessels like these, sleek, deadly, and radiating power that makes his instruments go crazy. When Torres contacts him, Cole can barely speak. "This is the Cerberus fleet," Torres announces. "Earth has received your distress calls. We're here to take you home." But Torres knows this is just the beginning. The Helix Empire won't accept defeat. They will bring more ships, larger fleets, and deadlier weapons. What happened here will be seen as an insult that demands terrible revenge. Dr. Park comes aboard, the Prometheus, to meet with Torres. She brings intelligence about the Helix Empire, their technology, their tactics, and their weaknesses. But she also brings bad news. The Helix Empire controls over 50 star systems. They have thousands of ships and billions of warriors. The fleet that attacked the colonies was just a small exploration force. The real Helix military is vast beyond imagination. As the Cerberus fleet prepares to escort the surviving colonists back to Earth, long-range sensors detect something that makes everyone's blood run cold. The Helix Empire is mobilizing its full war fleet. Over 2,000 ships are heading toward human space. The first battle is won, but the real war is just beginning. The Helix Empire's response is swift and terrible. High Admiral Vex, Supreme Commander of the Helix war machine, arrives at the Empire's capital world of Nexus Prime with news that shocks the ruling council. A minor species has destroyed an entire Helix fleet. The humans, who were thought to be primitive farmers and miners, have revealed technology beyond anything the Empire has encountered. High Admiral Vex studies the battle recordings with growing concern. The human weapons don't just destroy ships, they erase them from existence. The human ships move through space in ways that shouldn't be possible. The human shields absorb attacks that could crack planets. This is not the technology of a peaceful civilization. Emperor Drac, ruler of the Helix Empire, makes a decision that will reshape the galaxy. The humans have humiliated the Empire in front of dozens of species that the Helix control. If this insult goes unpunished, rebellions will break out across the galaxy. The Emperor orders the mobilization of battle. Fleet Prime, the largest military force the Empire has ever assembled. Over 3,000 ships, including the massive world killer. Class dreadnoughts that can destroy entire planets. Back on Earth, Admiral Ross watches the intelligence reports with growing alarm. The Helix Empire is bringing everything they have. The Cerberus fleet is powerful, but 50 ships cannot fight 3,000 President. Chun calls another emergency session of the World Council. The debate is more heated than before. Some leaders want to negotiate, to offer the Helix Empire anything they want to avoid total war. Others demand that Earth fight to the last breath. But Admiral Ross has another card to play. Project Titan was not just about building 50 ships. Deep in the classified files are plans for something much larger. The Solar Defense Grid. Dr. Kim explains the concept to the stunned world leaders. The Solar Defense Grid would turn Earth's entire star system into a fortress. Weapon platforms. At every planet, shield generators that could protect worlds, and automated defense systems that could function without human crews. The construction would require resources from across the solar system. Every mining station, every manufacturing facility, every research base would need to be converted to military production. Earth itself would become a weapons factory. General Marcus Stone takes command of the ground-based defenses. He's a veteran of the resource wars, one of the few military leaders who remembers when humanity last fought a real war. Stone knows that the Helix Empire will try to capture Earth rather than destroy it. The planet is too valuable to obliterate. Meanwhile, Captain Torres leads the Cerberus fleet in a series of hit-and-run attacks on Helix supply lines. The human ships strike fast and hard, destroying convoys and communication relays before disappearing into hyperspace. The attacks serve two purposes. First, they slow down the Helix advance toward Earth. Second, they spread fear throughout the Empire. Stories of invisible human ships and impossible weapons spread through the Helix military. Some call the humans ghost warriors, who appear from nowhere and vanish like smoke. But the Helix Empire adapts. High Admiral Vex develops new tactics to counter human technology. He spreads his fleets across multiple routes, making it impossible for the humans to predict where they will strike. He also brings in the Empire's most advanced weapons, devices that can disrupt space-time itself. Asterisk, the HSS Prometheus barely survives an encounter with a new type of Helix weapon. The reality disruptor creates zones where the laws of physics break down. Human ships caught in these zones simply fall apart as their technology fails. Dr. Park, now working directly with Earth's military scientists, makes a disturbing discovery. The Helix Empire has been studying human technology from the destroyed colony ships. They are learning to counter human weapons and defenses. Asterisk. The race is on. Earth has perhaps 6 months before the Helix war fleet arrives. The solar defense grid is only half complete. A Cerberus fleet is taking heavy losses in their raids, and intelligence reports suggest the Helix Empire is preparing something called the Final Protocol, a weapon that can destroy star systems. Captain Cole, now recovered from his injuries, volunteers to lead a desperate mission. He will take a small team of colonial survivors behind enemy lines to gather intelligence about the Final Protocol. It's a suicide mission, but the information could save Earth. As Part 4 ends. The Helix war fleet is detected entering human space. Over 3,000 ships, including the feared world killer dreadnoughts, are heading straight for Earth. The solar defense grid is operational but untested. The Cerberus fleet is outnumbered 60-1. The survival of humanity depends on the next few days. Earth's hidden power has been revealed, but it may not be enough to stop the fury of an empire that has ruled the galaxy for 5 centuries. The final battle is about to begin. Asterisk, the Helix war fleet arrives at the edge of the Sol system like a dark storm. High Admiral Vex stands on the bridge of his flagship, the Eternal Domination, and stares at the blue-green world that has defied his empire. Today, the humans will learn the price of resistance. But as the Helix fleet advances, they discover that the Sol system is not what they expected. Every planet bristles with weapon platforms. The asteroid belt has been converted into a maze of defensive stations. And around Earth itself, a ring of massive shield generators creates a barrier that glows with impossible energy. Admiral Ross watches from the command center deep beneath Earth's surface. The solar defense grid is complete, but this is its first real test. Against 3,000 enemy ships, including world-killer dreadnoughts that can crack planets, even humanity's hidden technology faces its greatest challenge. The battle begins at the outer edge of the system. The Helix fleet encounters the first line of defense, automated weapon platforms hidden in the Kuiper Belt. These stations fire quantum torpedoes that phase through space-time, appearing inside enemy ships before detonating. Dozens of Helix vessels are destroyed in the first minutes, but there are too many of them. The automated defenses are quickly overwhelmed. High Admiral Vex pushes forward, confident that superior numbers will win the day. The second line of defense is the Cerberus fleet itself. Captain Torres leads the 50 human ships in a desperate charge against impossible odds. The HSS Prometheus and its sister ships fight with everything they have, but they are vastly outnumbered. One by one, the human ships begin to fall. HSS Titan is caught in a crossfire and explodes in a burst of quantum energy. The HSS Nemesis rams a Helix dreadnought, destroying both ships in a massive explosion. The HS Reaper fights until its molecular weapons run out of power, then self-destructs to take out 3 enemy cruisers. Captain Torres knows his fleet is dying, but they have accomplished their mission. The Helix advance has been slowed, and Earth's final defenses are ready. The real surprise comes when the Helix fleet reaches Earth's orbit. The planet is protected by the planetary shield, a barrier that can absorb the energy of a star. But the shield is not just defensive. It's a trap. Dr. Kim activates the solar cannon, a weapon that has been built into Earth's star itself. Sun's energy is focused and redirected through a network of satellites, creating a beam that can destroy entire fleets. The weapon fires once, vaporizing 100 Helix ships in a single blast, but High Admiral Vex has prepared for this. The Helix Empire's most powerful weapon, the reality bomb, is designed to destroy not just matter, but the very fabric of spacetime. If it detonates near Earth, the entire solar system will collapse into a black hole. Captain Cole's suicide mission suddenly becomes crucial. His team has infiltrated the Helix command ship and discovered the location of the reality bomb. In a desperate gambit, Cole and his volunteers fight their way to the weapons control center. General Stone leads Earth's ground forces as Helix troops land on the planet. The aliens are fierce warriors, but they have never faced humans defending their home world. Every street becomes a battlefield, every building a fortress. The humans fight with a fury that surprises even themselves. The turning point comes when Dr. Park makes a final discovery. The Helix Empire's technology is based on dominating and controlling other species. But human technology is different. It's based on cooperation and innovation. The two technologies are fundamentally incompatible. She realizes that Earth's defensive systems can do more than protect the planet. They can turn the Helix Empire's own weapons against them. The System Override Protocol takes control of every Helix ship in the solar system, turning their weapons on each other. The Helix fleet tears itself apart in minutes. Ships that have conquered worlds for centuries turn their guns on their own allies. The reality bomb, moments away from detonating, is redirected toward the Helix home fleet. High Admiral Vex watches in horror as his Empire's ultimate weapon destroys his own forces. The reality bomb creates a black hole that swallows the largest Helix dreadnoughts. The survivors flee in panic, carrying news of their defeat back to the Empire. But the victory comes at a terrible cost. Earth's cities are in ruins. The Cerberus fleet is destroyed. Millions of humans are dead. The colonies are gone, and the galaxy knows that humanity possesses technology They can reshape reality itself. In the aftermath, President Shun addresses the survivors. Humanity has revealed its true power to the galaxy, but at a price that will take generations to recover from. The other species of the galaxy now know that humans are not to be underestimated. The Helix Empire retreats to lick its wounds, but they will return. Other empires watch from the shadows, wondering if humanity's power makes them allies or threats. The galaxy has changed forever. Earth's hidden power is no longer hidden. The age of human expansion is about to begin. The end asterisk.